motorcycle accident cases here in Massachusetts. Good afternoon. My name is Neil Burns, and I've been asked to talk about a particular motorcycle accident case in which a state driver hit a group of motorcyclists, causing a lot of injuries, and it was a terrible case. And I'm not going to talk about that so much. We didn't handle that case, and I don't know the specifics and the unfortunate tragedy of that case. So I'm just going to speak in general about motorcycle cases that we have handled and what we know here. But for further introduction, again, my name is Neil Burns. Along with my partner, Roshan Jain, we represent victims of motor vehicle accidents and, of course, motorcycle cases, and these days, bike cases, electric bike cases, all types of electric vehicle scooters that are moving about in the city, and of course, human nature being what it is, causing what it is. So, what is it that we need to do in a motorcycle case, a motor scooter case, or whatnot? Well, the first thing we can talk about here in a motorcycle case is insurance. Motorcycle insurance is a little different from car insurance, and scooter and other insurance may not even be a separate policy, but may be associated with a homeowner's policy or renter's policy, which may not exist. So if you're hit by an e-bike or a scooter or some type of motorized or non-motorized device, we look for homeowner's insurance or renter's insurance, but if it isn't there, there may no be a way to get compensated for your injuries. So we look for that at the outset. Then we look at who's at fault. If we have a police report, that's helpful. If we have witnesses, that's helpful. If we have pictures, that's helpful. Ambulance report is generally helpful. It talks about where people were at the scene and what people said. Fire reports, sometimes very helpful. These are all helpful things that personal injury lawyers use to start off a case. And again, the pictures are critical. So even if you don't have pictures from the scene, you go back and take pictures so we can see the insurance adjuster and the insurance attorney and the jury ultimately can see what happened or what it was like on that street at that time, because things can change over time and people's memories of a street change. So you don't want someone to testify there was a stoplight there when there was a blinking light there at the time, or there was a crosswalk when there wasn't a crosswalk. And sometimes there should be a crosswalk and they put one in, and then we can't get a picture of what it looked like at the time. And that can be very harmful to your case. So in these motorcycle cases or motor scooter cases, sometimes they're very bad injuries, because when a car hits a scooter or a motorcycle, it causes a lot more damage than if it hit another car. So we look at the injuries very carefully, and we get the medical records, and we get those to the insurance companies, and then we get an expert to talk about the permanency. How badly injured are you on a permanent basis? Because the initial treatment is of course bad, but if you get mostly better, how are you for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of your life? And these are critical parts of the cases. We had a motorcycle case where the doctor wrote a great report, and then the insurance company wanted to take his deposition, and I had the client go back to see his own surgeon, and we prepared him for the deposition a little bit, and when they said, "Is this your report?" he said, "Yes, but I'd like to change something in it." And ka-ching, something went off in their head, like, "Oh good, the guy's better." He said, "No," he said, "I wrote that this guy had a good result and that he won't have arthritis, but I examined him last week and I took an x-ray last week. He got a bad result from my surgery, and he will have arthritis, and he does need more surgery." So they made a huge mistake, the insurance company, in taking his deposition, and they had to pay for it. But in a motorcycle case, you've got to be really careful. You've got to be prepared. We were really well prepared. We were preparing for trial at that point in time, and the case settled. If you're a victim of a motorcycle accident, scooter accident, motorbike accident, any of these electric type vehicle accidents, or again, a motorcycle, call Burns and Jain. We're experienced, we're effective, we're aggressive with the insurance companies. We care about you. It's a free initial consultation. Call Burns and Jain, 617-227-7423. Thank you.